You have done something so bad it has got you banished from where you live, probably for being too good looking, like me. So now you have two choices. Either you move to the Norse mythology or the Greek mythology. These are the only two options you have. So you've come to me, the guide, the expert of these realms, to learn which one is safer. Now, whenever you move into a new place, there should be only three things on your mind. First is livability. You need to know, is this place a safe place to live in the first place? Can I have a family there? Can I build there? Can I get work? Can I create a trade? All these things should be your number one concern. And number two, what are the dangers? What is out there to get me? Because every place has one. What is there to get you? And number three is when something tries to come and get you, what is available? What's the security? How does it look like? Are there any protectors? Are there any armies, military, soldiers, whatever? What is there to protect me? So one is livability, two is the threat, and three is what deals with the threat. Okay? So these are the things that you need to know. Let's begin with the Greek mythology. The Greek world is a fairly safe world. There are the gods, the Olympians on Mount Olympus, under the earth, in Tartarus, and all around us. They don't really mess with people unless you come into their realm. So there are massive cities like Rhodes, like Athens, like Sparta, Ithaca. There are really good cities in Greece that you can live there that many people are. Even in the God of War games, we get to see him go to towns and villages. He even has a home in Sparta. There are thriving villages and towns and massive cities like Athens. There are massive populations of humans. Even below Mount Olympus, we found humans living there. So Greece is a very, very livable place, right? People live together in harmony. Sometimes terrible things happen, but most of the time it's peaceful. You can grow crops, you can build arts, you can even send your children to school. They had massive and incredible people like the Aristotle and the Socrates and the Platos. I mean, there was incredible education, university level education. Back in the day, these people invented a lot of things. Even till today, these guys have an impact in everything that we do, from basic science to mathematics and to writing. So the education level in the Greek mythology is really solid. The cities had some of the most advanced plumbing works till today. Even the Romans copied some things from the Greeks when it comes to plumbing, when it comes to irrigation, and so many other things. So the cities are very well thought out. Education is spotless, and when it comes to mingling or the social aspect of Greece, man, then you are going to have an embarrassment of riches because the beautiful ladies there are awesome. Some humans were able to even give birth to the most beautiful people that even the gods had ever seen. That's how good the gene pool was. So if you're a guy or a girl, you are going to find some really good looking brothers and sisters and you're gonna have fun. So education is spot on, housing is perfect, irrigation, and even medicine. Medicine is one that at its peak in the ancient world. In Greece, they have incredible abilities when it comes to medicine. Some of them we even still practice today in our real world, okay? They were pushing the edge, pushing the envelope when it came to medicine back in the day. So the place is very, very livable. When it comes to livability, these has it on point. A+. If it's that you care about, that is that. But let's move on to the threats. Now, this world is full of amazing threats. I'm a fan of Greek mythology, so I kind of adore them. But if you live there, then you have to be careful. There are really dangerous stuff, from harpies to minotaurs to undead soldiers, from titans, rogue souls, thanatos, gods themselves who are looking to actually F you up and cheat you. Medusa. I mean, there are so many mythical beasts that if you happen to pop up in the wrong place, they will F you up. Okay, so the threats are a massive galore of them. From insects to giant creatures like titans, to gods, to ghosts, to spirits, to beings. I mean, everything in this world can kill you. So you just have to be careful where you go and what you do. Because if you walk in its path, you're going to get bitten. Sometimes you still have to even watch what you say. If you insult a god, insult a spirit, they can come and wreak vengeance on you. They also want to watch out what you touch, what you eat, what temples you go to, what kind of things you even do in these temples. All these things could bring the wrath of the gods or some demon or some spirit on you. So yes, you can live there, but when it comes to threat, everything is a threat. Even tearing off a leaf from certain plants, you never know it belongs to some god and you're going to get killed. Okay, people have unknowingly picked a woman who were bathing naked and it turned out to be a goddess and this guy got killed. Okay, so when you live in a Greek place, the threats are everywhere. Now, let's say you make a mistake and a threat is coming. What's there to protect you? Well, there are gods. These gods are the ones people pray to in the Greek mythology to help them. People pray to Hades, Zeus, people pray to all kinds of gods, but the most popular one is Athena, right? The goddess of war and the goddess of wisdom. She is the most popular one. There's Ares there. I mean, all the gods get prayers from their people, but these guys are not reliable. These guys are selfish beings. These guys don't care about you. They just don't care. And if they need something from you, they'll just take it. There are countless stories about gods and goddesses taking advantage of men and women and even children sometimes in these stories. So the security is not that reliable. If you have any security, the security you're going to get is from the town or city that you live in. Most of these towns have their own standing armies. They have security. They have something like the police, like the popo, who actually be there to catch people with thieves and stuff. So mainly, if you live in the big cities, you are safe. But monsters can get you. And when it comes to protection, there's no more protection from the gods. The only protection you're going to get is from the mortals. So that is what I can tell you about the Greek mythology. But when it comes to you living there, you're cool. You're cool. Now let's talk about the Norse mythology.
Fine. My turn.
Now, when it comes to the Norse, this world is not the best, if I'm going to be honest with you, because this world in its state in the God of War games is the worst place a human could live. Let's begin with livability. Throughout our whole journey to the 2018 God of War games and God of War Ragnarok, we don't see one single human being who's living normally. The only humans we even see throughout the whole game are humans who are like bandits, and these guys are cannibals. Okay, they eat other humans. They eat animals and other humans, anything they can find, except the undead. These people are not human. I don't classify them as humans. We don't see any human civilization. They get spoken of that they're in hiding. When we go to some of these hideouts, find out that they're dead. We see small settlements somewhere, they are all dead. So when it comes to livability, you can't live there. You can't live in Midgard because that's where the humans are. If you get lucky and you're taken to Asgard or even the dwarves realms or Elfheim, maybe, but Elfheim is still a place you can't even live. The elves are fighting each other. They will kill your ass. Okay, you can't live in Midgard, you can't live in Elfheim. Odin for sure will not allow you to come to Asgard. Everywhere is messed up. Vanaheim, Muspelheim, everywhere is effed up. So livability, the Norse realms are not good, man. You can't even live there. You just can't. Because of option number 2, the threats. The threats are everywhere. You can't even live there. It's so dangerous. I didn't see one single human settlement in Midgard. That should tell you how effed up the place is. And that was far before Baldur got killed, before Fimbulwinter came, before anything happened. Midgard was dead, was empty of humans. The place that humans are supposed to live was completely empty. You can say maybe it was by design, by the games, but still, even at the peak of Kratos' destruction in the Greek mythology, there were still human settlements. You saw them running around getting drowned by the death of Poseidon, but they still lived, they still built. Even though the gods were fighting each other, humans still persevered. But in the Norse, the Ragnarok had not begun, but people were dead. They were nowhere to be found. Those who were in hiding were still being killed. So no, livability is effed up. Everything there wants to kill you. Even if you're a god or goddess, you can be killed. That is how dangerous it is. You do not want to live in the Norse mythology. You don't want to. You don't want to step foot there, right? So livability is out of the window. The threats are the reason why you can't live there. So they cancel each other out. So what about the protectors, right? What are the protectors doing? Are there any glorious, mighty heroes who are out there trying to help you make your life livable in these lives? No. Thor is a piece of crap. He's not gonna help you. Magni, Modi, Baldur, they don't care about you. They don't care about anyone. The only god or goddess who's there helping is Fair, and she has her own problems. Okay, she has her own problems. She's not gonna help anyone. So Midgard is a wasteland. You can't live there. It's zero, unless you have a death wish. Then maybe, but if you want to live, you can't live there. If you when it comes to the monsters, they are crazy and out of this world. But when it comes to protectors, no one is there to protect you. Even if you meet Kratos somehow, Kratos is not going to protect your ass because he has his own stuff to deal with. He has to protect his own son from these crazy people, right? So the Norse mythology is just a no-no in all three departments: livability, the threats, and the security. There's none. There's no way you want to live there. You might as well end yourself before you go to the Norse realms. So these are the two options you have. Now, if you ask me, the Greek wins by a mile. The Greek people thrived even after the most ultimate destruction that can happen to them. They are still thriving. They are still making art. They're still building. That's the best place to live. Even after conquering and finishing Ragnarok, you still don't find any humans in Midgard. That's how bad it is. But in Greece, they are rebuilding. There are farms, there are towns, there are cities. If you maintain yourself and you stay within the cities, you'll be safe. You'll live your whole life without facing any demons or any gods or any crazy beings who just want to F you up. Unless you move to some of the dangerous places, like you go to Mount Olympus or the Island of Creation or Mount Etna where Typhon is. If you go out of your way to go to these dangerous places, that's when you'll face these threats by these gods and these evil monsters and beings. But if you stay in the city, the cities have very good education, very good housing, very beautiful men and women, very capable medical facilities, and very capable with irrigation and plumbing. I mean, what do you want? So if you want to move to somewhere, your best place is the Greek mythology. It wins by a mile. The Norse is just rabid and rancid and bare and dangerous on every level. Even gods are not safe in the Norse mythology because of how barren the world is. So if you want my advice is to go to the Greek mythology, live your life. So where do you want to live? I've given you all the choices. I've given you my verdict, my opinion. Let me know where you want to live and let me know what you think about all of this. But if you want to help the channel, remember to leave a like, hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel a lot. It makes everything better. It makes the channel better. And I'll see you next time.